So a few days ago, Thomas Frank was sacked by Tottenham. They are currently 5 points off the relegation zone, and his managerial career at Spurs started off well. They started off the season decently well compared to last season. Even winning a title with Ange Postecoglou, they did end up sacking him because he ended up, I think, 16th or 17th place, damn near the bottom of the Premier League, almost getting relegated. So even with winning a title, they decided to bring in a new manager, Thomas Frank. He had proven himself at Brentford. And, it started off decently well. The team was behind him. The fans were behind him. And, yeah, the season started off decently well. Then, ever since then, it has turned into complete shit. In Tottenham's last 5 games, they have not won any of them. They are 5 points off the relegation zone. And they are genuinely in a relegation battle, dude. And when you compare how much money they make, and just how big of a club they are, regardless if they're bigger than the other big six teams, or they are one of the bigger clubs in England, and you wouldn't expect them to be in this place. And yeah, dude, he was sacked a few days ago, and I think to a lot of fans in football, this was a bit overdue considering where they are in the league. But whatever. This video is less about Thomas Frank and more about just shit modern managers. I also want to talk about Roberto Zerbi, who quit his job at Marseille for a second time after losing 5-0 to PSG in the league. I really want to talk about De Zerbi, but I will just get over this Tom Frank news. I'll talk a bit more about Thomas Frank and kind of the reaction from the club and players after the sacking. Apparently, these guys were like, they did not like him at all, bro. Apparently, this guy used to just dick ride Arsenal and just bore the shit out of players. Like, apparently, this guy was just a huge, boring sack of manager, bro. Thomas Frank Sessions bored players, and he only rated Pedro Porro. And then another source saying he was constantly going on to the players about Arsenal, and they were quickly getting tired of it. Even before and after the game at the Emirates, he was always telling them how good Arsenal were. The feeling amongst some were very much just shut up about Arsenal. Goddamn. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that one, bro. Apparently, he's just a boring guy. Sucks for him. Yeah, best hope to him. I don't know how do Tottenham fans feel about him. I know he came in and he was doing pretty good at the start. Then somewhere along the season, it just completely delved into shit. When I saw them in 17th place, I was shocked or 16th place. I was shocked as hell, bro. I couldn't believe it because I remember hearing at the start of the season they were happy with him, bro. He was an improvement over Ange Postecoglou. I swear they were fighting for top 3 or something as well at the beginning. Like, they were up there, and then they just completely fell apart. So, and now here's what I want to say about De Zerbi and how shit of a manager he truly is, bro. He came into the Marseille job about 8 months ago. He got some money. He has some good players at his disposal. The club clearly saw signing him as like this beginning to push to something, to be a bigger club in France and to start winning stuff again, because they are one of the 2 teams that in France that have won a Champions League. That Marseille are a big club. So this seems like the signing of him was like the start to like push to compete PSG and become one of the bigger teams in Europe. And De Zerbi came into the job saying shit like, the reason why I chose Marseille is because I don't like authority, and that's basically the word that he used to characterize PSG. He called them authority, and he wanted to shake that up. He really wanted to change the culture in France and give this vibe that Marseille can be on top of the French football once again. And oh my God, he has not only proven to not be as special as he thought he would, he had no type of resolve whatsoever. This quit after the 5-0 against PSG in the league. This is after already quitting like a month ago, or no, not a month ago, a few weeks ago, after losing in the Champions League and getting grouped on the last day because Benfica scored a last-minute goal, bro. He already quit. The club decided to they changed his mind into staying a bit longer, and he was like, okay, I guess I'll stay a bit longer. And then after 5-0, like a week or 2 later against PSG, he decides to quit again, and there's not really any coming back from that. And my surprise from this is how little resolve this guy has, bro. He says that he wants to shake up French football. He wants to destroy authority, the word that he uses to call PSG. Yet he is so easy to run away from the challenge, bro. I think he forgets if people were able to challenge and change authority so quickly or just change the status quo, they would do it all the time. It's hard for a reason, bro, and it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a strong mind, and it's something that he clearly just doesn't have. I don't even know how he's a fucking professional manager at that point, dude. That is weak shit right there, bro. They are top 3 in the league. Sure, they're not at where he would hope to be. Not top 3. They're top 4, bro. They're top 4. It's not that bad. It's not over. They're 3 points off Lyon, who have gone on an incredible run, winning 5 of their last 5 games. You know, like Lyon are on an amazing run right now. It's not like Marseille have been slipping up a lot. Lyon have just really caught wind here, bro. The race for top 3 is still there, and he decides to quit like that, bro. This is the second time. 6 months into the job. 6 months in, and the club have given him good players. Like listen to the squad, bro. You know, he who shall not be named, even though he's a piece of shit, he is a decent player. Igor Paixão, Aubameyang, Pavard, former world champion Benjamin Pavard, Facundo Medina, Timothy Weah, who, you know, people get on him because he's American, but he is a fucking baller. Angel Gomez, the former Manchester United player. There's more here, bro. Hold on. Kondogbia, Maupai, Højbjerg. Like, that midfield two of Kondogbia and Højbjerg, that's a good team. And you put, what's his face? They have Kone, Nwaneri, Timber. They have the former Sevilla goalkeeper as well. I forget his name. Rulli. Yep, the Argentinian goalkeeper Rulli. They have a decent squad, and they've really gone for it this season, bro. They're top 3. Sure, they underperformed in the Champions League. It was very crazy to watch. But they're in it. And if you really want to destroy authority like he says he did, it takes time, and he just wasn't willing to put in the time. I'm surprised and a bit underwhelmed at the easiness to just quit, bro. I don't think De Zerbi is a serious coach anymore. The Brighton job was the peak of his career. He will never see that kind of high again, simply because he just doesn't have the mental fortitude, and he's just too soft as a professional manager. I can't believe I'm saying that. If any club is serious in Europe or anywhere, they would not hire this guy ever. He's untrustworthy, and he just doesn't... He's just a bitch. If I were a fan of any team in Europe, no matter how bad you are, do not sign this guy for a manager. His teams aren't that good anyways. But even just the mental part of it, you cannot have someone like this running your club, bro. At all. He is shite. Alright, I'm going live tomorrow for Real Madrid. Their game tomorrow, whoever they play in La Liga, then Barca on Sunday. I'll also be live for the second leg of Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. I go live for basically every Barca and Real Madrid game. I do a live watch along. They're pretty fucking lit on Twitch. is with 2 Z's. Go follow over there. Subscribe if you don't want any ads. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I go live. So, peace.